Locomotion, yeah, one of the biggest problems that we still have to solve in VR. Many different companies and different games try to solve it, but well, no one came this close to make it feel natural like this. Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. Let's check together the DecaMove Blocker Edition, a little groundbreaking accessory that aims to change locomotion in VR forever. And for the better. Let's get into it. By the way, this video is not sponsored by anybody, so I would like to take 60 seconds to give you a big announcement about what we're gonna do in the near future, and it's gonna be super exciting. We are at 90K right now, thanks again for it, and we are approaching 100K. That is absolutely incredible, and it will be a super big milestone for the channel, one of the biggest for the while, by the way. So I decided to thank you and do something absolutely crazy. So when we're gonna hit 100K, I'm gonna keep giving a quest away each month till the end of the year. So more people are gonna be able to, of course, get in VR for the first time. And I know that many of you are super passionate about it. So yeah, this is a great opportunity to get in VR and share my passion with you all, of course. So how do we get there fast enough to get even more headsets? Well, it's easy. Remember to like, because that really helps for the algorithm. It's just a click, and it's absolutely incredible what it does. And then share, of course, and subscribe, because when we hit 100K, we're gonna start with all the giveaways. It's gonna be absolutely impressive. One thing that I have to tell you though, I'm gonna need some monetary help to pull this out. So you're gonna start to see more 60-second sponsors in the video, and so we're gonna be able to keep going with this. Let's make it happen. Let's get to 100K, and yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. But that was all. All right, here we are. So right now we have three major ways to move in our games. We have teleportation. That is the first one that was ever used, where we just aim at a place and we teleport there. Yeah, not really something that you will do in real life. Then we have head locomotion. We pretty much move where we look at. Again, not very natural indeed, and can give to some people motion sickness, me included. And then the last groundbreaking idea that came actually from the Onward developer was to actually move in the direction of your hands. Well, not very natural also, but well, it worked. So what DecaMove do to actually make it feel natural? Well, it's actually easy. You put a little accessory on your hip, and you actually move in the direction of your hip. That so far, it's exactly like we walk, pretty much. So yeah, super simple idea, but it works. Talking about Deca, I was a little skeptical at the beginning because they're actually building a new headset, and you know, we know nothing about this company, but they sent over the Blogger edition of this little accessory to actually move around. It was one of the highlights of their new headset coming in the future, and so, well, it's here, and let's cover it together. So in the box, you're gonna find a link to the setup instructions, of course, the little DecaMove, the USB wireless antenna with the antenna, of course, to attach, and a USB cable. By the way, this version is the Blogger edition, so it's kind of a prototype. You can see that it's all 3D printed. Of course, the version for everyone is gonna be molded plastic, so don't worry, it's gonna look much better, but I don't really care, because if it works, it's fine, right? So yeah, going through the setup is super easy. You install the application, then you connect the little antenna, you wait until the connection is open, and then you just press on the little button that we have on the DecaMove. It turns blue, and well, it's connected, and we're good to go. You have to go through the calibration, of course, then you put it on, you start SteamVR, and then you start the game through the application that you want to play, of course, with this new way of locomotion. In the program, we have the list of all the games compatible. They're gonna have a little tick on the side, but I found out it works also with some games that aren't completely compatible, so it's very good. What you will notice in SteamVR right away is that you have a little circle under you with the arrow to give you the direction of your hip. Of course, if it's not your direction in the moment, you can calibrate, putting yourself in this position that is not really usual in real life, so I never found myself calibrating the DecaMove while using it if I didn't want to. And then in games, you have to change the settings to have the locomotion based on your head, and of course continuous locomotion to have a regular movement. I also suggest to disable snap turning because it doesn't support that, and well, you're really good to go. You just get in games and start to play. Now, what is the particular thing about this? Then usually when you move with your hands, it's much better because you can actually look around while you're walking and stuff, but in case if you're aiming down with a weapon, well, you go in the direction of the weapon, and that can be a little confusing many times. times, and well, it's not really where you want to go. In this case, instead, you're completely independent by the position of your weapon or the position of where you're looking at, and well, you're moving in the direction of your body. So that brings up the immersion in two different ways. The first one is that you're actually moving more your body than usual, as you will do in real life instead of just relying on stick and stuff. And second, you don't actually have to think where to walk, you just walk where you're supposed to go. You can actually notice from the SteamVR overlay that you have the head that goes in one direction, the hip that goes in the other direction, and your hand that can go in any direction if you want. By the way, if you don't want the overlay over there, you just click once on your DecaMove while you're wearing it, and well, that is gonna disappear, and then when you click again, it's gonna be there again. I usually keep it because sometimes there's some drifting around, or sometimes I'm so used to snap turning that, well, it snaps, so then I'm going in the wrong direction, I have to recalibrate, but luckily, recalibrating, it's super easy and fast. So yeah, I played for around a week with this little thing, and I have to say that I'm completely surprised, I'm completely amazed by it, and it's just crazy that nobody had this idea before. And it changes complete the equation of how much immersive and how much natural Locomotion can actually feel. Because yeah, it's always been a kind of janky moving around in VR, you will really have to think about it. Instead, like, this feel as natural as using the joystick when you are in regular video games in front of a TV. It just works. Now, I'm not sure if it actually helps for motion sickness, but it could. Right now, well, there's some drifting sometimes, so you have to recalibrate, and when you are going the wrong direction, well, it doesn't help at all. But if they can fix this little drifting that we have right now, well, we're really close to perfection and something that everyone should have. Maybe in the future, just the camera that detects the direction of your hip will be enough to do that, but right now, if I have to get a little accessory for $69, that is actually the price of the DecaMove, I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. By the way, well, I'm completely down for it. They did a great job with the connection. You just really put the dongles in and it works, so there's not really that Bluetooth craziness attached to it. The idea that I can shoot in a direction, walk in another direction, and look in another direction is just feel natural. That's what it is. Not that shooting is natural for me, by the way, but you get the point. So do I recommend this little thing over here? Well, I think you get the point, and yeah, it's a yes. It also makes me even more excited for the headset that I'm working on, because hopefully it's gonna be as good as this thing is for what it actually has to do. So yeah, my skepticism went down a bit, and I'm really looking forward to see what they're working on. But here we have it, guys. Did they reinvent Locomotion? I think so. Is it better than regular Locomotion or all the other way of Locomotion that we have right now? I think so as well, and I'm gonna keep using it because it's easy to use, and well, it's just better and more immersive to play with it. So it's a win-win situation again. What type of Locomotion person are you? Do you work with your hands, you work with your head, or well, you work with your hip and the direction of your body? Let me know in the comment below, and as always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech, and if you really love the channel, the join button down there. Little and further, also the Patreon with prior access to videos, and at the same time we have t-shirt, sticker, mask 2021 item number 1, and yeah, that's all. So like, dislike, subscribe. I see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.